Hello everyone, we're out for another day of herping, and we've just done a short walk. We've got quite a bit more to do, but it's sunny and warm, and we managed to find a species that I don't think we've had on the vlog yet. And just bear with me here. I'm going to get him out and try not to get bit. I think for those who don't know, these snakes are a lot like the black racers in the US. Oh. Ah! Okay, stay here. So, this is an Indo-chinese rat snake. Tyus koros, one of the more common snakes in the area we're in right now. And they're very aggressive. So for those who know black racers in the US, you'll know that they're very bitey, like this guy's being with me. Yeah, he's got my elbow now. So we actually helped this guy out. He was stuck, and we're gonna let him go off into the woods here. So I know he's a bit stressed now, but he's getting the better of me at this point, I think. Pretty cool snakes. Like I said, common in the area. Cousin to the common rat snake, which you've seen a juvenile of. And these guys get not quite as big as the common rat snakes. This is what I would consider a subadult. You can still see some banding, spotted banding on the body, which you see very prominently as juveniles. But he's going mostly this tan brown color now. And they've got these cool yellow ventrals, which you can see by the neck there. Ooh. And yeah, really cool species. Glad to be able to show you guys. He's a bit jumpy, so I think we're going to go ahead and let him go. But decent start. See if we can find something else while we're walking around. All right. Off you go into the woods. All right, we've got snake number 2 on our walk here, and this is a greater green snake, completely harmless, and it is recently recategorized into the genus Tyus, which is along with the other rat snakes here in Hong Kong. But yeah, it's the only other green snake in Hong Kong other than the bamboo pit viper, which we've seen on the vlogs already. So maybe some of you were surprised to see me holding a green snake, but these are harmless, and they're actually quite gentle. You can see this one is a subadult. They get quite a bit bigger than this, actually. But we're going to let this one go because we've found him and helped him out a little bit, and he's got a bit of a wound on him here, you might be able to see. And he looks healthy enough, but maybe just a touch skinnier than I would like to see. So we'll go ahead and let him move off into the brush here. Go that way. Go on, buddy. Yeah. I think we're going to be off to see if we can find something else. What a little cutie. All right, off we go. Evening, everyone. We're out for another night of herping. Nothing just yet. We're still kind of at the beginning, trying some new trails out, but we've stumbled across these pretty cool caterpillars, these larvae. I imagine they're moth larvae, but I'm not an expert, so maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. There's a trail going up the tree here, and another trail going up the tree here. So, cool observation to start the night. We'll pop back in if we find some snakes. Alright folks, no snakes yet, but we do have something a bit special for you. It's going to be kind of hard to see because he's so tiny. But this little guy, this little gecko, is an endemic species to Hong Kong, I believe. A friend of mine, Dr. Sung, was one of the initial, or was one of the authors that described this species here in Hong Kong. It's an arboreal gecko. I forget the scientific name. He's gonna kill me, but it's actually a pretty special little find. They can be found in certain areas, but they're not very common. This is actually not a full-grown specimen, but they're not a big gecko anyway. So, really cool find though. I wish I could give you a better look. Maybe I'll try and see if he's gonna stay calm. There we go. Okay, there he is. Really cute little guy. Very small geckos, like I said, arboreal. They've got some unique characteristics, some of the morphology of their limbs and things like that. Pretty nondescript looking species, but still very cool. And we're going to keep at it for the snakes, of course, but thought we'd stop and show you this because it's pretty special. Alright folks, this is a rare occurrence, but right in front of my face we have a night heron. And these are, as you'd expect, small herons that are nocturnal. This one looks like he's got a little bit of damage to his beak. Might be hard to see. Looks a little bit far away in this, but it's actually literally right in front of me. So yeah, really interesting to see something like this close. Not very common. But we're going to keep moving. We actually found a common wolf snake, but it got away before we could film it, so optimistic that we'll find something else before the walk's over. And check back in when we do. Okay folks, so right after we saw that night heron, I noticed this common blind snake moving along the wall here. So I thought I'd stop for a hot second and show you. We've seen these before on the vlog, so I won't spend too much time on it, but they're Hong Kong's smallest snake. This one's actually full grown. You can see roughly how big he is next to my finger there. And yeah, cool find. Snake number 2. Off to find, hopefully, number 3. Well, folks, we've got a pretty big hit here. Part of the way through the evening. This is a banded krait, a relatively uncommon snake to find here in Hong Kong, but definitely one of the most beautiful and also one of the most toxic. This is a elapid, so it's a direct cousin to the many-banded krait, which we've seen many times on this vlog now. But these guys are much more rare and much more spectacular. You can see the very high contrast yellow and black banding. And if you look close, you can see the body is very, very heavily keeled. It's actually almost triangular when you look at it from a cross-section. And they have these really, really robust heads, much more rounded with stronger jaws than the many-banded kraits. This is definitely a first for the vlog, and these are definitely one of my favorite snakes here in Hong Kong. I only find a few a year, and I'm actually with a buddy of mine now that I found another one with last year, so pretty good luck. I think he's probably my banded krait good luck charm. So really, really cool snake. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with him, maybe get some photos, some better video, and then yeah, see if we can't get you some good content on this guy. But you can see here, look at his head. What a robust snake. Very, very cool animal. And I'm just trying to keep him away from the wooded areas so I can get a little bit more time with him. Try and treadmill him a bit on the hook. Alright, there he is. Alright, so I'm going to try and get some photos of this guy. And yeah, maybe a little bit more B-roll video, but phenomenal snake, really great find. Super excited about this one. Banded krait, what a great night. Okay folks, we're gonna struggle to see this, but I'm gonna shine up, and just in a second in the branches up ahead, there is a collared scops owl. Right there in the center of the beam. He's looking away, so I'm not too worried. There he goes. He's up there in the branches now. I'm not going to shine on them any more than that because owls don't like bright lights. But that is a pretty unique find. Tonight is just the night of bizarre, unique finds, actually. And cool finds with that banded krait. But yeah, pretty amazing. Scops owl. So we've got one more leg of this walk to do. So fingers crossed that there's something else out here. All right, folks, end of the night. And we've got another wolf snake. I'm not going to pick him up because he's on the hunt. We've seen some of these recently, and I'd rather not bother him, but you can see his head in there maybe, the back of his head. And here's the tail right here. These guys are, as their name indicates, quite common, and not surprising to see them out on the hunt, but welcomed all the same. So we're at the very end of our walk here, like I mentioned. Great to see a snake on the way out. And who knows, we still got another few hundred meters, so maybe there'll be a couple more. But if not, this will close us out with a nice little wolf snake on top of a blind snake, another wolf snake that you didn't see, and of course the banded krait. Evening, everyone. We're out again for another herping session, and we've come across this white-spotted slug snake. This is it looks like a subadult. It's pretty small, but not a juvenile necessarily. And we've seen these on the vlogs before, so I won't go into detail, but for the new folks, these are a pretty common snake here in Hong Kong. They're semi-fossorial, so they pretty much stick to the leaf litter and underneath logs and things like that. And you'll find them out on the crawl at night looking for their favorite food, which is snails. I think they eat slugs too, which is in line with their common name. But snails is what their specialty is, and they have these well-designed little heads that are specifically evolved to ratchet snails out of their shells. So, like I said, we've seen these before. These are great little species. We've been out on a relatively long walk without seeing too much, so we're happy we came across something. Weather's getting a lot better for snakes, so we expect to see a lot more coming out after the next big rain. But we'll definitely take this for a night that's been slow otherwise. Alright, we'll check back in if we find anything else. Okay, snake number 2 for the night. This is a common blind snake. So we've seen those on this vlog and others. We won't spend too much time. But also cool. Happy to find it. He's foraging around. There's some ants moving around here as well. So I imagine he's on the lookout for a meal. But fun stuff. We'll come back in again if we find something else.